Okay, so I was cracking on before. I was gonna say, apologize for saying that I had crappy hair extensions, but I didn't mean that. I mean that I take crappy care of them and I don't brush them and they've gotten all matted and they're kind of falling out, so I need to get them done again soon. Fuck, I'm not exciting at all. Useless information. So I've been about 1 month on tea, and somebody asked or said something like, "You're a beautiful woman, don't go too far on it," and I guess referring to how I'm a two-spirit. And absolutely, I'm so yeah, I want to be cute and pretty as well, and I'll always be femdom. And it was originally my desire to do low dose testosterone, but they didn't allow me because apparently it's not good for bone health. You have to be full yay or nay. You have to be full one hormone or the other, one estrogen or sorry, I don't know shit, I'm so dumb, or testosterone. And that sent me back 2 years, and I went to the endocrinologist. Sorry, this is really boring, but I went to the endocrinologist, and quite a while ago now, about 4 years ago now, and tried to get low dose, and they said we don't do it here because health. So I went away for 2 years to kind of sit on it and think, or meditate on more, do I need testosterone? And it turned out, yeah, I need it more than I'm really suffering on estrogen. Part of it is I'm abused quite a lot, usually narcissistic abuse. I'm a codependent empath. I almost got kicked out to the city mission last week because I refused to deny that my mum had been abusive bringing me up. I'm still being blamed, and I'm under the Mental Health Act for a breakdown that I had mid-2019 where I'd basically been abused so badly by my mum, my giant spiritual kid, and the guy that I'd kind of semi-been thinking. I'm so sorry if anyone sees my nails. I'm the grungiest person in the world. I'm so dirty. My armpits as well, sexy. I can't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I had a breakdown and the fucking cops came. I was the child size 6 at the time. I had severe anorexia. My body shuts down when I'm being psychologically abused. And I'd been psychologically abused for 35 years straight. I'm 36, even though I look like I'm 12. It's quite normal for trans men to look pretty young. Someone was joking recently that I found abuse. I used to say that it was green tea and Red Bush. For years I drank that every single day. And I think it's just, I'm so childish. I'm wise and mature as well, but I'm very, very childish. And I think it's awesome to be childish. Yeah, I love playing. Anyway, I'd been abused so badly by these 3 people in particular that my body was shutting down, and I just started yelling at everyone. I had remember I had 2 forms to fill in. All I had to do was fill in these 2 forms. that were like to keep my benefit going so I could exist. And I was just so disabled by the abuse that I couldn't move. So I ended up screaming on the phone to my mother that she treats the dog better than me, and screaming to someone in my life who had been lying to me about something very big that they promised they wouldn't do, and they'd done it. And I was seeing this horrible guy who he was so homophobic and transphobic, and he hated that when we were together, it's like romantically and sexually, I'm very, very male. Like, I'm the one to push someone up against the wall and make out with them. And with this person, we had such strong lust and really good chemistry, and when we got together, it was amazing, but it was really, really obvious that he was the girl and I was the guy, and that freaked him out, I think, and I think he hated me for that. And he was a narcissist as well, and he would, second he would leave my house, he would just like slip into just hating me and forgetting kind of the love that we shared and stuff. So that was really sad. I'd have massive breakdowns all the time, and I had a breakdown last week because so the testosterone Jesus, I go on a big rant, big tangents. The tea has given me a beard of acne thus far, and it gave me one day where I like felt out the back of my shirt and I just had like a film of sweat, and it's happened on my forehead a couple of times as well. So that's happened. I'm very pleased with this, with having no dramatic changes yet. I'm pleased with that, and I'm very, very pleased that it's through the GP. So, and I just basically pick up the script and have my 6 months worth of tea, and I just make appointments for when I want to be injected. So I should be doing it every 2 weeks, but I can have my dream of having a lower dose of testosterone by spreading the time out between them a bit more, be a bit naughty. So I'm really stoked about that. That's really cool. Oh, and also part of why I had a breakdown was I thought it was the tea that had caused a recurrence of horrible panic attacks. I started having really bad panic attacks every night, but luckily that's gone. They were trying me on ADD medication. I was so excited about it. I so thought I was going to be able to have this superpower of reading again and just be able to absorb all these books. But unfortunately, they refused to put me on a stimulant because they're... So basically, I had a breakdown and shaved my head and started yelling at everyone because they were abusing me. I mean, yelling a lot, enough for the police to come and get me and assault me. It was horrible. I got sexually assaulted in the mental hospital, and the police held a gun to my back, and they wouldn't have cared if they'd have broke my arms. And it was just the worst experience, and I've still got no justice for it. I have no idea what I was talking about before this. Changes on testosterone. Yeah, ADD medication. So I was really excited. They won't put me on. So the yelling thing. Police come and got me, and I just basically lashed out at anyone that, like, I abused the shit out of them because I'd been abused so much, the police and the mental hospital staff. And they just wrote down mania. I wasn't given any proper, nobody went through a list of symptoms and properly diagnosed me. It was fully corrupt. It was disgusting. And then they slammed me into solitary, and I have a huge loss chunk in my memory where I just remember kind of waking up in a different, I remember being held down by like 8 men at once and being injected in solitary, and then I have like a month that I don't remember, and I remember just waking up in this room and just fighting for lawyers and human rights and stuff, and just wanting to die hard out like every second. And I had a serious suicide attempt when I got out months later. It's a lot like that guy that was in, it's on Netflix, the guy that was in Rikers Island. Sorry, I can't remember his name, but he committed suicide after he'd been innocent and been jailed for like stealing a backpack. And this sweet, really, really sweet black dude, and he'd been placed in solitary and he'd been assaulted and beaten up in jail, and just, I can understand that so much that it makes you suicidal. Being in the mental hospital was absolutely horrific. It was so horrible. No one ever deserves to be in there, and my family left me for dead. My best friend stuck with me, my giant spiritual son. So that can be, I have a giant spiritual son, and he's also in a lot of ways the devil. So that can be the exciting topic for next time I decide to make a video. I hope you're all well. I love you so much. I'm trying my best all the time. I'm here to take responsibility for everything. I'm not going to stop. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. It's all good. We got this. I love you all so much. Thanks for listening.